especially for those of you who really want to be a millionaire and you're not just talking. If you're just talking, then there's a club for that. They look great. They wear all the t-shirts that say that they're a boss and they're doing nothing. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the person behind you.
Because I really don't know what I would do if I didn't have some work that I had to get to.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of WorkHARDAholics. For those of you who are wondering what does it mean, it's the movers and the shakers always doing something. If you want to be in balance and get some more green, WorkHARDAholics. As you can see, we have yet to record that. But hey, welcome back. Welcome. If it's your first time here, bienvenido. We are glad to have you. For those of you who are on Facebook, you can see, or if you're watching it, in the replay, then you'll know that to my left, virtually anyway, it's funny, I can see my hand going through her, is none other than Socialita Cristina. Okay, see, it's not good when you're virtual to make fake sound effects. Because I'm like, I can see her lips moving. Did she say something? Okay, there she is. All right, and who am I? I am Shirley Crawford, the original WorkHARDaholic, executive director of the Women's Business Center, author, speaker, podcaster, radio host, blah, 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 blah. You get it, you got it, let's go. All right, so here's the deal. For those of you who are wondering exactly what is a WorkHARDaholic and you didn't catch it from our lovely theme song, a WorkHARDaholic is someone who is always doing something. We don't rest on our laurels. We don't wait for the world to bring it to us. We take it to the world.
Take it to the sea.
That's Christina. Sorry, she got to sing her song. Okay. So here's the deal. In a world where you as an entrepreneur, you as a potential business owner, you as even a leader in your community, there's so many things that you have to do. And if you're a true WorkHARDaholic, you like to see them done well. People always comment to me, they're like, hey, I saw you were over here, you were at this event, but didn't you just do this thing? And hey, I just read your new book. Yes, that's the life of a WorkHARDaholic. We're doing all kinds of things. We take what the average person has with 8 hours and multiply it by 3.
Yes.
Minimum. All right. And so we come together with you other WorkHARDaholics or aspiring WorkHARDaholics every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, if you're watching the replay, you watch it whenever you like, to help you all expand your communication, learn a new word, learn a new book, expand your thought processes, expand your business, expand your place in society. So we help you communicate better. We help you also learn how to live in balance. Because as a WorkHARDaholic, we don't always think about our health. We're always like, when you get really passionate, like for example, one of the people who's on Instagram over there is a new business owner, and she was telling me just the other day, that'd be Crystal, she was just telling me the other day that she was, losing sleep because she was so focused on her business. That's kind of how it works sometimes when you're a WorkHARDaholic. You get so passionate, you get so caught up that sleep is like, what? I had an old business coach who told me sleep was for the dead.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to go that far, but you get that way, right? So we try to make sure that when we're hanging out together, we help you find out ways to still get it done, but to remember you in the process. So as we say, work hard, play harder, business better. All right, so in today's party, we always like to start each week with our word for the week. We talked about that communication piece, right? And so our word for this week is, I don't know why I want to
Okay.
Vituperate.
Oh.
I just like the fact that I want you all to just be looking at me like, what?
What is that?
Vituperate. It means basically to harshly condemn.
Okay.
Right?
I can
It
see
is
that.
like, but that was a really great way of saying it. Yeah. To harshly condemn. Like you are adamantly opposed to something.
Okay.
Right? And so it can go to the full extreme of being that you also are very negative in how you handle it. But I would say, for example, I appreciate the fact that our current president vituperated the abuse against Asian Americans. Right? Which I do. I sincerely appreciate having an individual who is leading us to actually come out and say, hey, this is wrong. Hey, this is bad.
Right.
All right. And he didn't say it casually like, oh, I know you all are being fun and having good times, but it's not good to just walk up to a person on the street and knock them in the head because they're Asian American. So I was pleased that he didn't just say it real casually. Like he really has, vituperated.
Right.
He has harshly condemned those who would even consider that as a possible positive action. And I respect that. So, Christina, before you asked me to use it in a sentence, I did.
You said.
Okay. So that's vituperate.
Okay.
Why am I the one who geeks out? Like every time we get a new word, I'm so excited to I just want to pause there, to meditate that moment. Vituperate. I hope that you all will use it in the sentence soon. Okay. I won't drag you all down to my level with my love of the word. It's okay. It's all right. I am going to go in the opposite direction of vituperation to total admiration and share with you all our book it moment. Our book it. So every week we like to share a new book. And if you've heard me say it before, you're like, why is she telling us this again? Because there are people out here who haven't been here before. People, be generous. And so the reason that we share a book is because if you ever look at the top 10 list from every millionaire, billionaire, things that you should do to be successful, one of the top 5 is always reading.
Yes.
Right? And so on that note, I like to share from my library. I think thus far I've shared books from mostly 99% of the time they're from my library, but maybe 3 times. I think I've shared books from either people in our audience or other individuals. So if you all have books that you think should be shared, yes, like Christina with a C, we have shared books that she has recommended. So if you all have a book in particular you think is really beneficial, let us know and we'll share it. Even if it's your book, we might share that too. We might even have you come on and talk about it if it's a good book. Okay. And on that note, our book it moment for this week is Good to Great.
Okay.
Great. Right. It's by Jim Collins. Right. And so I think I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. One of my mentors is Elder Betty Prince, and who is currently also coming out with a new book as well. I'm going to share it the moment she drops it. And she has this saying, and I know someone said it before her, but she always says it, so I always stick with it. Right. So in the vein of the book, and it's good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better is best.
Okay.
Right? So it's that always achieving, always doing. Because here's the thing. I also reflect on when I was in high school. I went to Richmond Community High School. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. It's a geeky school. You have to apply to get in. It's a specialty school. It's rated in the top 10% of schools or is it in the top 10? Whatever, they're on the U.S. News World Report as one of the top schools in the country. And so it was created by the concept of Dr. Margaret Dabney, who was a professor at Virginia State University, in conjunction with a benefactor of Mr. Ash. So he provided the money, she provided the whole outlook of how it was going to go, and they created the school, and it's been amazing. It's predominantly for African American individuals to be able to be college prep ready.
Okay.
So it's pretty diverse now, but that was the original point of it. Anyway, so I had a teacher there by the name of Miss Priscilla Green. And if you all don't know, I am like geekiness personified. Like, you see how I feel about words? Like, I love to read, and I'm just a geek, and I'm so proud of it. Geek, who run the world? Geeks.
Okay.
Like, really, that's how I feel about that. And so Miss Green, normally you don't get her to 11th or 12th grade, but for some reason I was in some advanced class and I got her in like the 10th grade. And she hurt my feelings, to say the least. She was one of those like auntie mama teacher people. So she felt it was perfectly fine to yell at you and all that good stuff. And apparently it worked. That turned out great. But I turned in a paper to her and she gave it back to me. And it was my first C in my life. I got a C. You all want to know where the story's going? Where it's going from good to great. Hold on. And so, yeah, she gave me a C. And I historically speaking, before I learned how to have a voice, I was very timid and I was very respectful of authority. So I didn't talk back. I was like a real good girl. And so, but I couldn't believe I got a C on something. Like I was hot. I was irate. So I went to her. And I was just like, I didn't care. I didn't care if I got kicked out of school. I could care less. I was like, I cannot believe that I have a C on this paper. This paper is amazing and blah, 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 blah. Miss Green, who would normally yell at you and just, basically kick you out of the school. I mean, for real, she's like real hardcore that way. She actually stopped, paused, looked at me and calmly said, from someone else, this is an A. From you, this is really an F. I gave you a C. So that whole aspiration of it's not good enough to be good enough. And so because of that lessons, because of the training I've gotten from those who have mentored me before, at like Elder Betty and from Miss Green, that's where I learned that it's not good enough. I can do average and it can be your excellent. Or I can do my excellence and not concern myself with where you are in the process. So that takes us back to why I thought this was an amazing book, because it's really talking about these companies that were already like leaders in their field. They talk a lot about Kimberly Clark is one of the examples that I was reading about in the book. And do y'all know who Kimberly Clark is? It's did they drop the Kimberly? They still exist. I think they might have rebranded. But Kimberly Clark is this huge company. And so they used to do paper and then they expanded to other products. But it's an international conglomerate. Huge company. And so even though they're big, it talks about how they didn't accept where they were, that they pressed beyond to see how they could be better. Right. And so one of the examples, and so that's how my Miss Green story ties in, and my quote from Elder Betty ties in. It's not enough to be better than the person next to you. Are you the best you that you can be? And so from an entrepreneur standpoint, one of the things they talked about was Jim Collins mentions in the book, Good to Great, is start a stop doing list.
A stop doing list?
Yes. So I know we all have to-do lists. I have to-do lists on top of to-do lists on top of to-do lists on top of to-do lists.
Let's talk about it, Lord.
Really? I'm like, and I'm not done. Like, I know I have more. And then I have a rocket book, a rocket fish. And so it actually takes an image of my whiteboard. And then I erase it all and write more on the board. And then I have sticky notes and I got to do this. And then I still, Workflowy I used to use has now expired. So now I'm using Todoist. I really should get some affiliate links. I really should, but I just like you all to know. I'm telling you what I use. Eventually, I will get the affiliate links. But for now, these are tools that I use. And so I don't use Calendly, but I use Acuity. I mean, I have schedules and schedulers everywhere. And so, but I have never had a stop doing list. Have you, Christina? Have you ever had a stop doing list?
No.
I had never heard of it until I read the book.
Right. Okay.
And it's exactly what it sounds like. So Jim Collins shares the thought that, hey, you're always going to have to-dos.
Right.
And it's just going to keep increasing. But you could be even more productive if you had things on your list to say, here are things that I'm never will I ever do this again. And so like he talks about Kimberly Clark, I think it's actually the company he was talking about in this example. And blah, 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 blah. So like they were doing annual forecasting reports. And so, which really, it's like, I always talk about how much I love cash flow statements versus P&L, profit and loss statements. Bear with me, people who don't like numbers, just bear with me. But
Yeah.
here's the thing. A lot of your financial reports give you forecasting trajectories. So it says, I assume I'm going to be making XYZ in a year, but you're guessing.
Yes.
Like you're
Right.
guessing. Let's just be honest. So this is what entrepreneurs and business people don't tell you, but you do a lot of guesswork. And they
Yeah.
share with you like, oh yeah, if we project that in 3 years from now we're going to make XYZ, you don't know. You didn't know
Right.
there was going to be a pandemic this year and that you were going to lose money rather than making money. There
Right.
are no guarantees. And so a lot of stuff in business are projections.
Yes.
So one of these projections that he talks about is Kimberly Clark. Kimberly Clark made these annual forecasting projections that they would give to their stockholders, right? And basically, so it's either, let's be honest, padded, a lie, or a wish and a dream. Like you never know. And so the CEO said, we're going to stop doing those. Like they don't do anything. All they do is perpetuate a hope, a dream, a wish. There's no guarantee on them, and they take up a lot of time because really, if you're doing projections, you're supposed to look at inflation. You're supposed to look at expected cost of your goods and your services, and how many raises you're going to have to. Like you're supposed to calculate all these things. And it may or may not happen, and the CEO determined, hey, it's not worth our time, so he stopped doing it. Right, that was one of the things they stopped doing. One of the things that they stopped doing upon their stop doing list is that they no longer gave employees titles. So you're not the SVP of inner or working thought processes, whatever else, because the CEO said all this does is create this atmosphere of like, oh, I'm so glorified because my title is XYZ, and you're just doing this. I mean, come on. So inside of the company, no one has a title unless they are dealing with the public and the public needs them to have a title. I had never heard of that before. I was like, okay, so, but the idea was they were looking at who they wanted to be and who they didn't want to be. And so with that in mind, they decided the things that they were not going to do anymore.
Okay.
Right? So that's just one of the ways that they took themselves from good to great. And when they were doing these things, it wasn't last year. This is talking about early 80s. So they were doing some things that now we think of, oh, that just sounds like standard trendy stuff. But they were doing it ahead of the curve. Good for you, Kimberly Clark. Okay, so once again, our bookend moments for this week was good to great. And so here's the deal for most of you who are in business, doing business. It's not good enough to be good enough. If you're really looking to see how you stand out, how do you stand out? We spend so much time trying to be like cookie cutter, carbon copy of everyone else. So if so-and-so is using this hashtag, I'm using that hashtag. Now, some of that can be it's helpful to know what your competitors are doing. But what's most important is to know, how are you different?
Yes.
If you can answer that, that's where your money is.
Yeah.
All right. So we should be preparing ourselves for a commercial break. And so now we're going to have a word from our sponsors. Ladies, are you looking to move your office from your kitchen table to a space of your own? Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Are you looking for co-working and community? Well, then come join us at the Women's Business Center, RVA, located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100, directly across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn. Visit us on the web at wbcrva.com or on social media at WBCRVA. When you're ready for more than just office space, come join the WBCRVA family. All right, we once again want to say thank you to our sponsors because they make this show possible.
Yes, they do.
So next up, we're going to have our Socialita Business Check-In.
Yes. So, hello everyone. This time during this show, we shout out a couple entrepreneurs or businesses in RVA or individuals that have contacted us and they just need a little shout out. So if you're interested, make sure that you DM us and let us know that you want us to shout your business out. So first, I want to shout out the Imagine Media Lab with Christina Clark. She is hosting this amazing WorkHARDAholics podcast. So if you are someone that you know, if you're interested in, being a podcaster, if you're interested in a promo, all of the above, make sure that you with the C at the Imagine Media Lab. The next business that I'd like to shout out is Second Chance Consulting. Again, if you or someone you know, you're starting a business, or let's say you've been in business, but you know what? Every now and then we need a little, help with trying to, go a different direction or change careers or, whatever it is with your business. If you need help, if you need someone to sit down and talk to, I would refer Shirley Crawford. Yes. The third business, of course, is Socialita. We have a social media management company where we service small businesses. We help you all, have a voice, right? Because it is so normal and so common for small businesses to drown because of all of the other corporations they're doing, like the Get Low videos like Kroger, or they're doing like...
Hey, I like that commercial.
I love it too, right? But listen, you no longer have to feel like you need to compete with corporations. You have your own realm, you have your own voice, and allow us to put that out in the forefront for your clients. And increase your sales, your brand awareness, all of the above. So give us a little, call at 804-484-2001. And don't worry, if you don't speak English, hablamos español, we speak Spanish, so we can assist you. It doesn't matter. All right? So the next business, it is Legacy Managed by Ty. Okay, if you are someone you need someone that is seasoned, you need someone that knows what they're talking about, you need someone that, you know what, I don't want anybody that's just going to sell me anything because they want to cut. You want somebody that is literally going to say to you, I know you like this property, but this is probably a bad investment. Or I know you like this house, but you know what, this is not going to be good for you and your family in the long run. That is what you need. So make sure that you reach out to Taiwan Lee at Legacy Managed by Ty. Last but not least, the Women's Business Center.
Yeah.
So I saved the best for last. Why? Because listen, as women, we all need a place that, that we don't just have for an office, but it's support. Right? You have other people that are going to support you, other people that are going to refer your business, other people that are going to sit down and say, listen, you're great, but I notice you're doing this wrong, or this wasn't handled properly. Let's sit down and talk about it. You want to know why? Because everybody needs it. Okay? Everybody needs that. You need a mailbox. You need some place to have your business meetings, right? Zoom is great, but if you're like me, you're all zoomed out. I'm all zoomed out. So, one-on-one interaction is amazing and it's nice. So if you are looking for a place like that, if you're not looking for just an office space where you're just in and out, you don't talk to nobody, then this probably isn't the place for you. But if you want a family atmosphere, join us at the Women's Business Center. And that is it for the business check-in.
Yeah, I feel all warm and fuzzy. I'm like, yes, join us at the center. I don't know why I had to sing that. I did say that made me feel all warm and fuzzy. I cannot joke, like, of all the accomplishments of my life, the Women's Business Center. Oh, I'm like, is it number one?
Oh.
That's I have to think about it, because all that work in Haiti should rack up, and all those years of mentoring. Or okay, it's in my top 3. The Women's Business Center is definitely in my top 3. I am so proud of the center and the work that we do here, and I'm really proud of our members. Like, talk about a real family vibe. People who actually care about you and your success. and who actually know what they're talking about. It's nice that Uncle Bobby, supports you, but if he knows nothing about business, then
Not Uncle Bobby.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
Not Uncle Bobby.
Just smile and say thanks, Uncle Bob. But keep it moving, because the advice he gives you might land you in jail for all I know. I have heard, I laugh a lot, right? Because I have heard some family members give some advice that I'm going, that's illegal, right? I mean, I'm just FYI. Right? For real.
Okay.
Like, people, they talk a lot about the shady side. And I'm like, I understand that, because we talk about having a side hustle. Sometimes we think about just doing whatever we can to get by, but we try to stay legal. I'm just saying. Stay profitable, stay legal. Isn't it interesting to know that all of our previous gangsters who have been arrested were not arrested for like killing someone,
right,
or for even money laundering per se? They were mostly arrested for tax evasion. Because if you want to talk about the original gangster, it's called the IRS.
Yes.
I don't play with gangsters. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Especially not federally subsidized and backed. Okay, on to the next. Okay, I know that's not what you thought you were going to hear today, but it's still true. Yeah. Don't come after me, Uncle Sam. Taxes paid. We good. I'll see you April 15th. Alrighty then. Okay. So, yes, the next thing to let you all know, we always love to talk about our time, tool, technique for the week. And so here's the deal. Normally I go into like my geeky brain and I try to think, what do I want to share this week? And then I said, Shirley, what you want to share are resources. And my number one go-to, especially when it comes to techie and goop, I have two people that I love to harass when it comes to like techie things. Right? One is my nephew. Hey there, Christopher. Who he is my proud SCAD graduate.
Okay.
And SCAD is like the Princeton for graphics, animation, arts, etc. It's real bougie. Like Disney comes to them to recruit. It's that kind of school. So I'm very proud that that's where he got hit. He went to VCU undergrad for kinetic imaging. I didn't even know what that was before him. I know, right? And then he went and got his master's at SCAD. So he's like one of my favorite people. I'll be like, wait a minute, I'm doing XYZ, and this is what's happening, and I can speak geek to him. Okay. My number two, who I actually get more than my nephew, because at least she's in the same building as me, is Christina. Christina with a C.
With the C, yes.
Yes. We love Christina with a K, Socialita Christina. But when it comes to my techie, yes. Christina with a C, I will let my eyes glaze over, and I don't even pretend like I'm listening anymore. I will just be like, all right, what? I don't need to know that. Like, she goes 10 levels deeper than where I need. And I'm already 5 levels deeper than the average person.
Listen, aren't
so I'm
you?
like, I don't need to know. It's okay. And so I just have to say, I don't need that information. You're making my brain hurt. And this is all I'm asking. Stop. That's all I need. So with that in mind, recognizing that I have such a gem, a resource right here at the Women's Business Center, I now just go to Christina for our Tech Tip Tuesdays. And then we share that for our time, tool, technique for the week. So, let's say if you'd like to see the video that Christina with a C made regarding our time, tool, technique, it's on the Imagine Media Lab's Facebook page. And so this week she taught about how to add custom banners to your YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
So many of you, the first question you're even thinking is, what is a banner? And that's when I say, you might just need to hire Christina. If you're starting there, you might just need to hire her.
Right.
Outside of that, if you at least know what the banner is, you can Google it. It's really your starting image when you open up your YouTube channel.
Yes.
All right. Christina with the C, you have it. I know you have a YouTube channel, so I don't have to even ask that. I know you have a channel. But like every business owner should have a YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why that sounds like it's supposed to be rocket science. It's not. Every business owner should have. Videos are not the future. Videos are the now.
Yeah.
And they're only getting bigger. That's part of the reason why TikTok is so big. It's part of the reason why Instagram has now introduced Reels.
Yes.
Right? Videos are not just the future, they are the right now. If you're an entrepreneur, a wannapreneur, a brand that you're trying to increase, a business owner, whatever you are, even as an employee who's looking to up your image, get a Facebook following, get a YouTube following, get an Instagram following. And one of the ways to do that are videos. And they don't have to be complicated. We might have to let somebody come on and like teach you all about videos one of these days. All right, so I'm supposed to go back to the point. So the point is, Christina with a C, she did a whole lesson on how to customize your YouTube banner. And so if you think about your branding, your imaging, so if you look at anything that's Women's Business Center related, right? Our colors, everyone knows, right? They're purple and green with accents of our tertiary color is gold or yellow, right? And so like it's on our walls, it's in our logo, like everywhere you look, it's on our business cards, like everything we have has those colors and we use them everywhere. If you look at our YouTube channel, our banner includes that. Everything includes that.
Right.
So when you are a small business owner and you're talking about your brand and what you look like, it should be everywhere. Even in like our post, we tend to use that same color scheme. So it's like whenever we're making a post for the center, whenever I'm making a post for WorkHARDAholics, normally you'll see these colors. Every once in a while I switch it up because I like a little turquoise in there. But still, the point is there's uniformity in the color, the uniformity in the look. It should be the same for your YouTube channel. And the first way we know that you're doing that is with your YouTube banner.
Yes.
And so if you're like, okay, I'm doing good to even have a YouTube channel, I don't know what to do with the banner, then go visit the Imagine Media Lab Facebook page, and they have a playlist called Tech Tip. So go to the playlist, and one of the things you'll see is the instructions on how to customize your YouTube channel banner.
Okay.
You're welcome. I didn't hear thank you, but I just know in your hearts and spirits that you all felt a thank you. So I will repeat, you're welcome. Right. So I'm sharing with you all our techie Christina. That was my kindness. You can't have her permanently, but you know, that was a loan. That's all. We were just sharing. I'm just saying. All right. So on that note, if you don't have a YouTube channel, get one immediately. And I want to say this because I've said it before. I want to say it again. One of my favorite phrases is fail fast. FAILFAST. So a lot of times people are like, they wait until it's perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. There's no such thing. They wait until like, I've got it all together. This is what I'm going to post today. And this is what's tomorrow. And before they do anything. And I'm a big proponent of get started, get going. Mm-hmm. Because like Christina with the K, I even think about with hashtags, right? So it's my understanding that you get kind of like credit for being the originator of a hashtag that becomes popular. Mm-hmm. Is that, yes, you agree? Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Christina is our social media maven, so I'm asking her to be.
I know it's like two Christinas. I agree. However, you don't technically own the hashtag.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So I just want to make that clear. Yeah.
Oh yes. You don't own words.
Right.
But there's still some power to that because that means if by chance it gets popular or famous or starts to trend, that can bring more attention back to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And so. And there are very few places where you can be original anymore. Like it used to be, I remember, because you know, I'm old. I remember when domain names first started, right? And so domain names as in your URL as your website address. Mm-hmm. And now, like people are fighting over them because there are only so many. Like for example, I am a part of a nonprofit organization called Collaboration. Mm-hmm. Right? Really, we made the word up. We did not trademark it at the time, but we made the word up. And so, or Susan Nolan actually made the word up. I wish I could get credit because normally I'm the creative one, but she got me on that one. Collaboration. Susan Nolan came up with the term, I don't know, 6 years ago. It's been a while now. And so, that is a nonprofit organization that we do based out of Richmond, Virginia, where we help women. We work with women, whether you are the CEO of a Fortune 500 or of your household, because you have value in whatever role you're playing. And so we do all kinds of things for women, host these events like the Shearer Awards, all that stuff is based out of, and the Women's First program, all based out of collaboration. Okay, but here's the deal. When Susan came up with the name, we immediately got the website. So we had collaboration.com. As most of you all know, there are lots of extensions you can get now. .com, .biz, .org, .us, .media. Yeah, .me. I really don't get that one. But there are tons of them out there. The reason that there are tons of them out there is because everyone is getting domain names now, so it's really commonplace.
Yes.
Right. So like when we got collaboration, I got .com. I let it lapse, and it was all my fault. I let it lapse for like 24 hours. It wasn't even long, and someone else came and snatched it. And if you're out there, use the website or give it back to me, please.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, because now I think they have like women's clothing, but they haven't updated it in a while. But the bottom line is, I mean, it's a war for domain names.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, it's a matter of like, how are you going to utilize, if you're talking about your brand and how you represent and, you know, the colors and where everything is placed, like your name is pretty darn important.
Yes.
Claim it. So, like, I am sad to report that because I didn't spend $20 one day, I lost that name. So now I had to go back, and we now have collaboration.org, which turned out is fine because it's a nonprofit organization, and .org is for nonprofit organizations. So it turns out fine, but it doesn't always work that way, right? So like right now, I could not get shirleycrawford.com. I know, right? It's my name.
Right.
That's my name. That's my name. That's my name. Yeah. And another one, and I get even more upset because, like, which one did I come up with? I've come up with several. Second Chance Consulting, which is my consulting company that I have had for decades now. Once again, yeah, this is why I have to have an admin. I let the name lapse because I was using something else in conjunction. I did eons ago. And so someone else, no one snatched it up. It's available for, I think it's $9,999.99. Yeah. I don't want to pay $10,000 for a website address that I created and made popular. And so, and that's what they go on. Like, they go on the popularity of the name. They're like, oh, this is a really popular name. I'm sure it is. I know, right? Like, yeah, I made it popular. I'm not paying $10,000 for it. So if you want that name, it's out there for $9,999 and I think 99 cents. I went with secondchanceconsulting.biz and went on my way.
Okay.
Yeah, but all of that plays into it, like the brand development of your company and who you are and how you're represented. It's all in there. So when we're talking about your brand for your YouTube channel, you're trying to make sure that everything has the same name, the same look, everything.
Yes.
Wax together.
Yes.
Yes, I did watch Empire Strikes Back last week. Sure did.
Okay.
In case if you couldn't tell from my Darth Vader voice. Yes, I did. Luke, I am your father.
Oh God. Okay. Oh God.
Ooh, that's why I'm going on vacation this weekend. Yep.
Yes.
Indeed. And on that note of where you can see why I need a vacation, we're going to talk about our work hard, play harder moment.
Okay.
So, hopefully my little video shows up because, you know, oh, there it is. So, that video is something I shot out in Maymont Park here in Richmond, Virginia. And for those of you who are not native Richmonders or who don't get out of your houses, Maymont Park is I forget how many acres. It's owned by, I forget the family, but it's Maymont Park. Yeah, I forget all of that. And it's written in placards everywhere. I don't recall, but they have a historic house you can visit. They actually have animals, like they have a bear and horses and sheep and a fox, an eagle, and I can almost tell you all the animals, antelope, and deer, and who am I missing? Goat. I'm missing the small. They have a petting zoo, like a whole nine, and it's technically free, except for unless you go to the nature center. They have a beautiful koi pond, and that's where this picture is. This picture is at the koi pond, but of course, if you look at it, you see it's turtles. And so, thank you. Who told me? Who told me the answer over there? Christina with the C. It's the Dooley family. I don't know why I'm serious. I'm really trying to look at my Instagram feed to be able to see who it was that told me the answer to the question. And I think that's Crystal. I think it is. And I'm going to have to reward you for that because that was great information. Yes, the Dooley family. Yes. Thank you, Crystal, over there on Instagram, keeping us informed and engaged. And so it's a lovely place. And I like to go because it's 1 mile. It's a little, yeah, it's basically 1 mile from the petting zoo over to the Japanese garden where the koi pond is. So I love to go, and I can get in like a couple of miles just from walking down, over, and back. And so this picture here is, this video is these turtles that were hanging out maybe 2 weeks ago. And so when we're talking about our work hard, play harder moment, my whole visit during this time period to me was the epitome of what it means to be a workaholic, because my Maymont visit, it was, I got exercise. On this particular visit, I actually took my great niece. So I got all kinds of things done all at the same time. So Caitlin and I was so excited. She was so excited. I have pictures, but I'm not allowed to show pictures of her. Oh well. So Caitlin and I, we got in our exercise, plus I ran after her a lot because I let her run because there's lots of space. So I got in my exercise. I got my vitamin D. I covered a couple of miles, and I got to my place where I find the most peace. So if I'm not going to, everybody knows I love to go to the beach. It's a given. But if I'm not going to the beach, or if I can't get to where I can hear the water, the koi pond at Maymont Park is one of my favorite places to like mellow out. Normally when there are not 50 kids running around yelling and doing stuff. But so it's one of my favorite places where I find my peace. And so when we're talking about like the work hard, play harder moment, I implore each of you all to find your peace. If that's a place, if that's a person, if that's a thing, if that's a cookie, like what is it? What is it? How is it? Who is it? Where is it that you find your peace? So Christina with the K, you know I'm coming to ask you.
Yeah.
Where, who is that? How is that? What is that? Why is that? Where is that? You don't have to answer all. I'm just saying it could be any of those. How would you locate your peace?
Oh my goodness. Locating my peace. I don't know. It's been so long. Listen, the WorkHARDAholic. What peace?
Oh my.
Define that.
Oh my. This is why we do this show, people, because we can talk a lot about productivity. But this is what I have learned. If you don't have inner peace, if you don't have peace of mind, peace of spirit, peace of body, you're going to end up with a heart attack. Okay. You're going to be stressed and you're going to be evil.
Yes.
So like,
oh my gosh.
For real though, like right now, I am at my limit. I was doing okay. Here's something that I've learned about me. So for example, I lived in Haiti for 1.5 years. I did not miss home at all. This is just my nature, and I love home. But I am very much an in the moment kind of person. So where I am is where I am. Yeah. And I don't get homesick. It does not happen. I get homesick when you tell me that I am leaving next week. So if you say, Shirley, your time is up. Your plane is this day, this time. If you do anything to alter my plans after I have them cemented, I will be upset. I will be all of a sudden, I will miss my mama and home and life, and I will just want to go, and I'll be so excited to leave. But and every day I don't think about it at all.
Okay.
And so again, I'm very much like, what is the game plan? What is the peace, right? So when we're talking about like being at peace, like right now, I have managed to be fine with the fact that, you know, we're going without vacations. I haven't seen a vacation in well over a year. I feel like it's been a year and a half. I don't think it's been quite 2 years. It might have been, because the game plan was for, as everyone's heard me say, I was going to do a big thing for my 50th. And so I was banking the time because I was going to be out of here for like 2 to 4 weeks. And then the pandemic hit and that didn't happen. And so I got accustomed to the fact that I needed a vacation but wasn't there. But now that I know that I'm leaving on Saturday, I'm starting to lose my mind. Like,
Right.
I left the office, or I want to say this because this never happens. I left the office early yesterday.
Yeah.
Like 3:15.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to act. I was trying. Like, my intention, I had planned to work late every day this week because I leave on Saturday and I am not doing anything work related. Instead, I sat here and my mother called me. I'm gonna blame it on her because she called me and she was like, "I'm hungry and I'd kind of like this, and can you pick up that?" What she asked me for would have taken me 15 minutes at most. And I said, "You know what? I'm gonna do it right now."
Okay.
I got up. I walked around and I was like, I don't even think I said goodbye to everybody. I literally closed some doors and I left. And I didn't come back again until this morning. Yeah, because I am in need of a vacation. Right? So when you are the work hard, play harder person, like I know where my peace is. I know how to find it. But I also know that at this point, I am so burnt out that I need more than a trip to the beach for a few hours, which is why, for those of you who don't know, I will not be in the office for the next counted 1, 2 semanas. I am out of here for 2 weeks. I just wanted to say that again. WorkHARDAholic. Oh, but I play harder.
Yes.
So I am very excited. Next week, I'm not. I've already reported. And as a WorkHARDAholic, you need to establish your own boundaries. Next week, I'm taking no phone calls, not even from my mama. That's how serious it is. Next week, none of that. I have agreed to do the show next week. See how special you all are?
Okay.
I have agreed to it, but then I might get there and be like, no, that's okay. Play a repeat. If you see a repeat next week, you'll know what happened. And then the week after that, I will still not be in the office, but I'm having like office hours each day. Not a lot, like an hour and a half, maybe 2.
Okay.
But as a
WorkHARDAholic,
right? I mean, you have to take care of you. And I'm going to need Christina with a K. I'm going to need Socialita Christina to figure out what she needs as far as a break is concerned. Like, what do you need? I always say it because we always expect other people to make us happy, which is why so many relationships fail. And when I say relationships, I mean working relationships, personal relationships, community relationships, the whole 9, because we keep expecting someone else to bring us joy, to make us happy. And those things are internal. Other people can feed into it and they can assist.
Yeah.
I feel like the basketball assist, but you got to make your own alley-oop. You have to do it for yourself. That's between you and Jesus. You got to work that out. So, but if you don't know what makes you happy, then someone else can do something for you all the time and it can be nothing. So, have I asked this before, Christina? Do you know your love language?
Me or the other Christina? Because you look at me.
Christina with a K.
All right.
Have I ever asked you before?
Yeah, we did talk about this. I was just like all of them at different times.
Okay, that means you never went and took that test. I'm gonna told you. Okay, I was just checking. I'm gonna need you to go take the test. There's a free version online, and I have the book. I have 2 of the books around here somewhere. I don't know where they are right now. I have to go check my library cards. The reason why those types of tests are important, because I used to think that if I gave you something that the old rule that I was taught is that you give people something that you would want. So I buy it, and it's something that I would, oh my God, I would not quite maim for, but close. Something that I really, really want. And instead of buying two, one for you, one for me, nope, I'm buying one for you because that's how much I think about you.
Right.
I was always taught that, and then I learned that I was wrong. And all those years of wasted presents I could have kept for myself.
Right.
Because here's the thing. I learned this lesson with my sister-in-law. Because I gave her something that I would have like when I bought it, I wanted it bad. I gave it to her and she didn't even like it. And that's her right. I mean, you know, it's fine for her not to like it. But it totally threw me off. And that's when I realized it's more than just establishing giving a good quality gift, but it's really about knowing the other person. Right? That's so, like, if you're trying to get on my good side, like, for real, take me for a walk. If I like to spend time with you. I don't like to spend time with everybody. But in general, like, there's certain things I love. Like, my best friend will call me and be like, okay, Shirley, come on. I'm going to take you for a walk. I feel like a little puppy, like, oh my God, yay! Let's go for a walk. That's me. But that's annoying me. Other people are like, I don't want to go for no walk. What's wrong with you? So if you really think about the person, so I think I said this before, like if I were going to give, I have said this before, but I'll say it again. If I were going to give Christina with a Sia present, she out of my budget for real. But if I were going to give Christina with a Sia present, it would be something like a new dongle, a new microphone, I would find some new tech. You know what, really, if I were going to give her a present, that would be nice too. She would love a new monitor. But no, really, if I were going to give her a present, I would get her even bigger studio that is soundproof. That is if there was something I could give her, that is what I would give her. I would give her an even larger studio option. I just said she's at my budget. And then if I were going to give Christina with K something, I would probably do a catered event with like 2 or 3 of her favorite like restaurants.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Like I would set up like a dining, but it has to be an experience. It's not enough just to say here's food. It would have to be an experience and themed, and maybe like lined up with like information about each one and things she could do and maybe ways that she could make it. That's what I would do for her.
Okay.
And so, but you don't know these kind of things if you don't know the people you're dealing with.
Yes.
Right? So it's not just enough to be generic when you're dealing with people. But if you as a person don't know what makes you happy, how do you expect someone else to know? Even if they want to give to you, even if they want to do for you, and you don't know what makes you happy, then how does anyone else know? Unless they're highly observant. But in general, for real. And so right now, when we're talking about our work hard, play harder moment, my real encouragement to you all, I've said it once, I'll say it again because I mean it, just like that, is find your happy, find your peace, find your joy, and it will make everything else in life so much more bearable, so much more exciting. It will also make you more palatable. It'll make you more of a joy to be around. You should think to yourself, if no one wants to be around you, there's probably a reason.
Yeah.
And most of the time that's internal. That's something I've learned. Like the uglier people are on the outside, I know it's because there's something happening on the inside. Now, for you all, it's a question of do you want to take the time to figure out what that inside thing is? I don't know. That's up to you. But as the individual, then you should be really self-aware. Just sharing. All right, Christina with the K, let us know. Is there anything going on this week? Anything we need to know about? What's going on?
What's going on this week? Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. What's
going on? Don't call me, don't text me.
¿Qué
No, I'm joking.
pasa?
So I mean, right now that's it. I don't really have any other things going on, but don't forget to make sure that you follow me on the gram and on the book at Socialita and follow. I mean, what are you laughing at?
Because you are the cutest mixture of like Bama and bougie. You are so hilarious to me. Oh, we love Christina with the K. She's every woman. Okay, go ahead. Anything else? That's what's happening. We got vacation mode.
Nothing else.
Semi-vacation mode.
Yes.
Okay, and following you on social media. Okay, I need you all to let me know if you all would like to. We're also having these conversations because we've been doing, excuse me, Christina with the C has been doing surveys of our members to find out like what seminars and sessions they'd like to see here. I would love to know from you all in general, are there any topics business related or WorkHARDAholic related topics that you all would like to see addressed, either in a seminar, a guest on the show, a topic? Let me know. So, because here's the thing, I don't say it very often, but like really sincerely, I'm not cheap to sit down with. So I know we come on, we smile, we laugh, we giggle, because you know what, we love what we do, and we're good people, and we like hanging out with each other. But for real, to come sit in my office with me, you know, you need to be willing to make an investment. Yeah. So the fact that we come on the show, it really is a free opportunity, like for you to get questions answered. And so I want you all to maximize that. I do. And because you don't have access to me personally. And personally, I won't answer business questions anyway. When I'm off the clock, I'm off the clock. But right now, I'm officially on the clock for you. For you. For you. All for you. So if you have questions, things you'd like to know, drop us a message. Put them in the comments, DM, PM, whatever suits your fancy. Email Shirley at, which account do I want to use? Oh, I guess it's WorkHARDaholics. Okay, Shirley at WorkHARDaholics with an S. .com. Yeah, drop us a message there. Let us know. We do the business shout out. We don't do it just because. We do it because we want people to know about you and what you do. Yes. And we want to support small business. We want to support entrepreneurship. It's really, really important. And I'm really excited. Coming up really soon, we'll be sharing a report. So I had the distinct pleasure and a lot of work of working with a regional group of individuals, everything from organizations to government agencies to business owners, all together, working on the racial disparities of the ecosystem with regards to Brown and Black business owners here in the metropolitan Richmond area. And so the report just finished. And so now we're actually working on so what was highlighted were the problems and then the solutions. And so right now we're spearheading a group that's going to start working on the solutions. And I'm really looking forward to sharing more of that with you all, because we each play a part in that, in our system, in our area, in our ecosystem being successful for everyone and not just for a 1%. So I'm looking forward to sharing that. So that's coming up. Yes, next week we'll be shooting from Puerto Rico. Oh, so exciting. So that's happening then. We're coming back, and there will be a click session coming up soon. So please keep your ears open to hear when the next click networking group is. And as I hear back from more people, we'll start having a few more seminars here at the center. I am waiting to announce something very exciting. Like I'm really excited, but I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. So there is something big. This way comes. The current dates, you can go ahead and just block them without me telling you what it is. June 24th to June 26th. There's a slight chance that might change, but that's what everything's being planned for. And I am so, like, it's above my pay grade. I just can't imagine how it is that I get to spearhead this and work with this team on making this happen. So something very exciting is happening. Okay, so that's our heads up. I know, right? I want to tell, but I'm really good at keeping secrets. I'm very good at keeping them. So, but I'm being a tease by saying it because I just really want to tell you all about it. Okay. Okay. I do. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm reading a Facebook comment. And so, hey, Shaw Christian. Alrighty. Okay, now. So we're signing off. We're saying goodbye, and we're so glad we had this time together, as Carol Burnett would say. And if you want to see Carol Burnett episodes, they're on Pluto TV. Ask me how I know. So once again, thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you for hanging out with us. We look forward to seeing you all again next week. From I think I'm scared we're not gonna go live next week. I'm not gonna lie. I think I might be in vacation mode. But otherwise, we plan to see you all next Wednesday at 1 with WorkHARDAholics. And as we always say, live better, do better, be better, and happy entrepreneuring. Ta-ta!
Let Socialita help your business stand out from the crowd by building your brand success through social media management. We're located at 1510 Willow Drive, Suite 100. Our website is www.socialitarva.com. You can also give us a call at 804-484-2001. Again, Socialita.
Imagine Media Lab, in partnership with the Women's Business Center, offers hourly rental to a multimedia studio. Create or edit digital assets for marketing. Record that podcast you've always wanted to start. Voiceovers and live stream. All equipment and software is included in your hourly rental. Located at the Women's Business Center, 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100. ImagineMediaLabs.com. Book your session today.